Astrology Corner, and this is your daily horoscope and energy reading for Sunday, October 18th. And today the moon moves into Capricorn. So you're feeling a little bit emotionally disconnected, but very passionate about moving forward, and you're feeling deeply goal-oriented. And sometimes when this happens, you can feel like progress needs to be made, and you can be a little bit impatient with yourself and hypercritical with yourself if you are not making the progress, or if you are not at the point where you should be. So I think in this energy, you're going to feel very, very hypercritical about where you're at moving forward. So some news could come your way that could be very, very frustrating. And it can challenge some of the ways that you've been trying to progress forward, and that can be very, very, very annoying. And I'm talking because the thing is that you're doing the best that you can, and you're trying to find a way to seek balance, and you're trying to, consider everybody involved. But there's some goals that you have that you are holding on to that I believe that is with work. I believe that this has to do with just some emotional fulfillment in your job. And I believe that today what may come up is just some news that doesn't sit well with you entirely well. I believe that you are making headway, but what could happen today for some of you is that you might feel a little overwhelmed with a choice that you have to make, and if you make that choice, it's definitely going to impact you, but this choice is very difficult. There's something about a choice. And it's almost like if you made that choice, you're leaving something behind. And what is going to happen is Pluto in Capricorn is going to be squaring off with Uranus in Aries. This has to do with a past related issue that has stopped you from moving forward, but that really has hurt you in the past in your ego. And so this is a vulnerability. I see it as being it's very difficult for you. I don't think this has anything to do with routines. All that energy is being trained right now. So we're not having to work on that. This is something different. This has to do with something that is within your mental well-being. And this is something that you have got to leave behind in order to move forward. And that is very difficult for you because you are fixated on it for some reason. And it has been an area of conflict for you. It has been an area of vulnerability for you. It has been an area of imbalance for you. And it's also been a very limiting area. So the challenge is Neptune and Pisces is going to be opposing all of these areas, and it could have something to do with love, a creative endeavor, something that is very heart-based, or something that you're very passionate about. It has something to do with the fact that it's like you had a belief system that made you sick, and you're getting a handle on it, and the reality check has been you've had it, right? You understand it, but it's intellectually processing what happened to you can be the challenge in this. Finding the balance, finding the purpose, the meaning for what you went through. You're going to fixate on finding, the word why comes to me. All I hear is why. Why did all of this happen? What was the point? What was I supposed to learn? And that's going to create a very limiting belief system in you, because it's almost it's like you're walking down the road and you're trying to move forward, but it's almost like and there's a giant tree in your way, and you're just wondering, why the hell out of all possible roads do I take? I've got to have the one with the tree in the way. So you're at that point where it's just frustrating for you, because it should be something that you could intellectually work your way through, but it's not. It's deeper than that. It runs down to the core. Could have to do with something having to do with home, family, somebody who you felt very safe with, who nurtured you. Could be a mother, but it could also, or it could be an issue having to do with your mother. Like if you have this underlying issue that your mother was an influence in your life that caused you to have some very deep, deep psychological wounds, these are going to be coming out right about now. And you're going to have to find a way to intellectually process this and work through it without getting lost in analysis paralysis, right? So if you are interested in moving forward, yes, looking back is good. It is a good way to tally whether or not you're moving in the right direction, but it's not an area of analysis paralysis. Don't get stuck there. Moving forward is moving forward, and sometimes there's loss associated with that, and it is painful. It's something you once felt very passionate about. You were working very hard to achieve. You were fighting avidly to get control of, but inevitably you never ever got control of it. And that's frustrating too. That can get you stuck in analysis paralysis. It's like, I thought working hard was supposed to pay off in a certain area. And it makes you evaluate, well, how hard am I going to work the next time? And that's good. That's where the energy sources should be going. Like, I know for me, sometimes I get really frustrated when I take a look back and thinking, well, why did I waste a significant time on a relationship if it was never even a real relationship? It was a narcissistic, unhealthy relationship. It's like, why did I even go there? The person never loved me. I was just a source of supply. I'm stuck in analysis paralysis over that. And that's where I'm going to get caught in all these quincunxes and squares and these difficult energies asking me to just accept that sometimes, shit happens. I love that t-shirt. It's like one of my favorite sayings. It's like sometimes bad things happen to really good people. Get over it. And I know it makes you defensive. And I know that it is an emotional sore spot for you, but we're moving away from all of those energies, and getting caught up in them today isn't going to change the outcome. Asking why doesn't change why. It's just there. It's just what we went through. I've learned that it was a blessing. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about my limiting belief systems, and it's expanded some of my vulnerabilities. Absolutely, Jupiter went in there and made some of those vulnerabilities giant, huge fractures in my heart. And that takes some time to heal, but I am very patient. I want you guys to learn the most beautiful word in the English language, and that is the word patience. Look it up. It is an empowering word. We don't have to have what we want. Sometimes what we want isn't what was best for us. And the patience to work through these things will reveal those things to you over time. Don't be in a hurry. Life is going to get better. I promise you, the energy is shifting into lovely, sweet energy. Thank you guys so much for choosing Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next week.